Good morning, Super Readers. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us in our Valley PBS classroom. I'm Mrs. Nix.
I'm Mrs. Zhang.
And I'm Mrs. Hammock.
And this is a place where we come together to learn, practice, and grow our brains to become even stronger readers, writers, and thinkers. So let's get started by warming up our brains with some
Ear training
called Daily Phonemic Awareness. Okay, so today I'm going to have Mrs. Bang help me out just a little bit, and we're going to listen. We're going to turn on our ears and listen closely because I have a skill that we're going to practice. This one's called phoneme isolation. And all that is a fancy word for saying we're going to listen for the middle sound. Okay, so I'm going to give us some sounds. We'll say the word, and then I want you to identify what's the middle sound. So let me show you what that looks like. So here's a word. We've got s, t, set. What's the middle sound? If you said you would be correct. S, t. Good job. Okay, let's try it again. So here's another set of sounds. Or here's a word. So hot. What sounds do we hear? T, hot. What was our middle sound? Do you remember? Good job. All right, how about this? Here's another word. Sit. What sounds do we hear? S, t, sit. What's our middle sound? S, good. So I is the middle sound. Last one. How about this one? Men. Men. What's that middle sound? Men. What's the middle sound? Good job. Excellent work today. Okay, so you know what time it is?
Let's get our boogie shoes on.
We're gonna practice that S sound with scrambled egg, fried egg. So make sure you've got some wiggle room, and let's do it.
Scrambled egg, fried egg, egg on a plate. Boiled egg, egg on toast. Hurry, don't be late. Eggs are good for breakfast or in a salad too. No matter how you cook them, they are good for you. Scrambled egg, fried egg, egg on a plate. Boiled egg, egg on toast. Hurry, don't be late. But no matter where you go and no matter what you do, never ever put an egg in your shoe.
No, don't put an egg in your shoes.
Oh, there you go. It's a mess.
I love eggs, not in my shoes.
I totally agree.
Scrambled egg, fried egg, egg on a plate. Boiled egg, egg on toast. Hurry, don't be late. Eggs are good for breakfast or in a salad too. No matter how you cook them, they are good for you. Scrambled egg, fried egg, egg on a plate. Boiled egg, egg on toast. Hurry, don't be late. But no matter where you go and no matter what you do, never ever put an egg in your shoe.
Woo! That was awesome.
So fun.
Awesome fun.
Oh, I just love it because it helps me remember our egg card, which we're going to work on all week long, which is the short E for egg. So let's take a look and build some words. All right, this week we are focusing on the short E. It's one of our vowels. And it says, here's our card, we say E, egg, eh. And the way that we spell that sound, there are two ways to spell the eh sound. We can spell it with just an E by itself. And then there are a few tricky words that use EA to say the eh sound. Not a lot of them, but we're making a list here of some of those short E words with the EA sound, just to kind of bring them to your attention as we go through the week. So today, we're going to blend some words, and then we're going to build some words. But I think we might need a few friends to help us. What do you think? All right, hey friends, come and join us to build some words.
Woohoo! I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so excited to see you.
I was still dancing to that song.
I thought you would like that song. The first time I heard it, I kind of thought of you. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to say the sounds, and I would like you to blend them together to figure out what word we have. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Excellent. All right, our first word is G-E-T, and our sound for G is G-E-T. G-E-T. Could you put it together and tell me what word it is?
Oh, I think I've got it.
Okay, what do you think, Tina?
I think it's get.
Great job. Get, get. Terrific. Okay, let's try the next one. Now look, let's take a look at it first. It starts with an H and it ends with a D, but we have that tricky short E sound that's spelled with an E-A. So here we go. Ed. Ed. What do you think?
Is it head?
Yes, it is.
And like, here's my head.
Yes, that is a perfect sentence for head. Very nice. All right, I have another job I was hoping you could help me with. Do you think you could help me build a few words?
Ooh, that sounds like a good challenge.
Okay, so let's start with, I know, one of your favorite words to hear, and that is yes. I'm going to take it apart, and you'd be thinking, which letters do I need to spell yes? Y, e, s. Y, e, s. What do you think?
Okay. I heard 3 sounds.
Yes,
There's
very
3
good.
sounds.
Excellent.
And I heard yeah at the beginning. And that, I believe, is a Y.
You
Yeah.
would be right. That's that tricky sound that Y makes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
What else? What do you hear next?
I hear an like an egg.
Yes.
Yeah, it's our sound that we're working on.
It is.
That's
There's
it.
our short E. Yeah.
Oh, and the last one's super easy. It's an S.
You are
Like a
right.
snake.
Like a snake. Super good. Yeah. S. Yes. Okay. So Ricky, this one's for you. If I have yes and I want to change it so that it says yet, what part of the word should I change and what letters do I need?
You can't trick me, Mrs. Hammock.
I'm glad.
Yet has the t at the end, so you're just gonna change out the final sound. So change that s to a t. So yet, yet.
You did it. Yet. Great job. All right, now this one's for both of you. If I have the word yet, how do I build the word bet?
Let me think.
What do you think?
Okay, well, I still hear the middle sound is and the last sound is t. So I'm thinking you change the first sound, right?
What do you think,
What do you
Ricky?
think, Ricky?
Do you think you changed the first sound?
Yeah, I do. You know why? Because yet and bet are rhyming words.
You are right. Yet, bet, they both say et. So we keep the et part, and we're going to change this beginning sound. And what is that sound that says b?
I remember.
Okay, what is it?
It's a bee.
Yes, it is. It is a bee. Bet. Great job helping me today. Thank you for all of your help. I'm going to give you a round of applause. Terrific.
You're so welcome.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go because I'm going to read a sentence with my friends so that we can practice in context.
I'm gonna keep dancing.
I'm so glad. We have our letters where we built words and blended them, and now we're going to practice what that would look like in a sentence. So if we have our sentence here, we're going to go one word at a time. You ready to help me? There's one of our high frequency words from kindergarten. The nest has an egg. The nest has an egg. Great job sounding out those short E words. Terrific. And now we're going to practice our high frequency words because that helps us to be a strong reader too. And Mrs. Nix has a fun way to show you how to practice.
I love it. Thank you, Mrs. Hammock. Yes, we have some fun activities today. Now, high frequency words, they're those words that we're seeing them often in our reading, we're seeing them and trying to use them in our writing. So it's really important that we can read them and spell them. So let's start out by reading them. We've got 5 of them that we're working on this week. So let's go through and read them. Again, help, new, there, and use. And today we're going to focus on this one right here. Here's our word. The word is help. Say that with me. Help. Good job. Now let's spell it together. Here we go. H-E-L-P. Help. Okay, now I want to practice it in a sentence. Look right here. Can you fix this mess? How about this? Can you help fix this mess? Great job. Then we can see it in context. Now, today I'm going to go through and we're going to practice our whack-a-word. Now remember, this is just something, I took a little pool noodle and I took a pencil and stuck it through and I just made a homemade one where I wrote all of my letters just like this. And you could be doing something like this at home or in a classroom and practice finding your letters. So help me spell or whack out the word help. What was our first letter? That's right, H. What comes next? E. And then L. What's the last letter? P. Great job. So you can go through and you can practice finding all of your letters that go with your high frequency words. Now, I have a friend that's going to show us in just a little bit how he did this at home. And so I'm so excited to be able to share this with you because this is something you can do at home. But before I have us start with that, I also want to talk about, because we're going to go right from my friend Ben showing us how he did his whack-a-word right into a story that's called Good Job, Ben. Isn't that amazing? My friend Ben is going to show us something cute on here, and then I have a story all about Good Job, Ben. But now I'm curious, what do I think Good Job, Ben? What do you think Ben is good at? Could you make a prediction? And then when we're done reading the book, we'll have to see, was your prediction correct? That's what good readers do. We're always thinking and using our brains. All right, let's check out Ben using our whack-a-word at home. Enjoy.
Well, what word are you spelling?
F L A G.
And what word was that?
Flag.
Good job.
Good job, Ben. Read about jobs that people do around town. Ben and Mom head to town. It is a big trip. There is a lot to see. Ben and Mom will get on the bus. The driver stops on this block. Good job. Ben and Mom cannot cross yet. Stop, stop! She can help them. Big job. Ben and Mom walk past. 6 men use a drill and fill cracks. It will look new again. Wet job. Ben and Mom step in for bread. Ben sniffs. It smells good. Mom gets 10. Hot job. Ben and Mom get Jet. Jet licks Ben. The vet helped Jet get well quick. Pet job. Ben and Mom stop for books. Ben can get help from Miss Glenn. Glad job. What did Ben get? What has he read? Ben read books on jobs. Good job, Ben. Can you identify the characters, setting, and events of the story? Get ready to respond.
Did you guys make a prediction of what Ben will be good at? What was he good at? He was good at reading books about jobs. He was. Did you guys read all about all the different jobs in that book? Oh, I'm so glad, because keep that in your head, because we're going to be writing with that later. But before, guess what, retell, Ricky? We're going to retell the story. Remember, and to retell, we retell from what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end. Can I start retelling that story in the beginning? No, Ricky. They're going to help you, remember, because Ricky is really good at it, but I want you guys to help Ricky. Let's see if you guys can retell this story and tell me what happens in the beginning, middle, and end. And I'm going to make it a little bit trickier. You're going to tell me who the characters were in the beginning, middle, and end. And remember, what are the characters? Characters are a person, or sometimes there are animals in the story. You're right. So characters can be people or animals. And that's okay. Now, remember, the setting is, can you tell them? The setting is where it takes place. You're right. So the setting is where the story takes place. Okay, so as we're reading, or as you read, I want you guys to think, where were they? And then last is the events. And that's Ricky's favorite, because that's where you tell me what's happening in the beginning, the middle, and the end. You're right. So today, I have some pictures here to help you remember what happened in the beginning, the middle of my story, and at the end of my story. And let's see if you guys can help Ricky and I identify the characters, the setting, and the events in the story. Are you guys ready? Oh, I see some of you guys. You guys are turning on that brain, making that brain strong. Okay, get ready. Ready? I'm ready. Okay, Ricky, let's see. So in the beginning of the story, let's look at our picture. What do we see? Oh, we see, who do we see? Who are our characters? It's Ben and his mom. You're right. So my characters are Ben and his mom. You're right. Did you guys get that? Good. Now let's keep looking. Where's the setting? Where do you think they are? Are they in town? They are in town, but let's take a closer look. They're not just in town, but oh, they're at the bus stop. You are right. Did you guys say that? Good job. They're at the bus stop. Good job. Okay. And what was happening? Do you remember? They were going to town. You're right. So that was the event. They were going to town. Who were the they? Ben and his mom. Good job. Okay, are you guys ready for the middle of the story now? What happened in the middle of the story? Well, let's look at my picture. Oh, I see a couple of things, but who are my characters? Still Ben and his mom. You're right. Okay, did you guys get that? Good job. Okay, let's keep going. Where were they? They were at the bakery, they were at the vet, you're right, they went to a lot of places. So I put the bakery, but you were right, Ricky, they were also at the vet, were they? Mm-hmm. But tell me, what did they do at the bakery? You remember? They were buying bread. Let's double check. Were they buying bread? Yes, they were. Ooh, I see some thumbs up. Are you guys checking along with Ricky? Good job. Okay, now let's go to the end of the story. Oh, let's look at my picture. What do you see? I see Ben and his mom. You're right. Now, let me ask you, Ricky, could we have added, because I'm looking at this picture and I keep seeing the same three characters at the end of the story. They weren't at the whole story, but at the end, do you think I could have added this other character? Oh yeah, I think you could have. I think they are at the library. You're right, so that was my setting. And so who was there at the library with them? The librarian. So could we have put Ben, Mom, and the librarian as my character at the end of the story? Oh, we could have, you're right. Okay, good thinking. Now, what were they doing at the end of the story? Do you remember? Ben was finding books to read. You're right, good job. And remember, he was finding books to read, but books that was on all about jobs. Did you guys see that? Get that? Thumbs up. Awesome job, you guys. You guys are doing a great job retelling this story from beginning, middle, and end. Now, we're going to think about all these details from the story because we're going to go into our writing. So our writing today says, what jobs are in Good Job, Ben? So you see how you had to use those details? Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys today to write with a topic sentence and a detail or detailed sentences. So here's my topic sentence. The story Good Job, Ben tells about different jobs. Now that's my topic sentence because that's what my paragraph is going to be about. It's going to be about different jobs in the story Good Job, Ben. So guess what? I can't write sentences like I like because I am going to talk about the different jobs in Good Job, Ben. You see that? Oh, I get it. So it has to be something from the story that we just read. You're right. So we have to think about all those jobs that was in the story Good Job, Ben. So can you help me? So I have some starter sentence for you. I can start with one job is, another job is. Can you help me? Can I tell my friends to come help? Oh, that's a great idea. I forgot. Yes, let's call your friends to come help. Tina, Scooter.
Woohoo! Here we are.
friends.
Hi.
Will you guys listen to that story? Good job, Ben.
Oh, it was a great story.
It was. Now, were you guys listening? There were lots of jobs in that story. Can you tell me one of the jobs that was in the story?
Oh, I know. There is a one, and you take your animals to them. It's like a doctor for animals.
Ooh,
What
good
was it
thinking.
called? It was
what job is
Oh,
that?
I remember. It's called a vet.
A
A
vet.
vet.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Tina. A vet. So we can say one job is a vet. Do you remember another one, Scooter? Oh, Scooter remembers. Okay. Oh, nice and loud. Scooter, what's another job? A baker. Oh, I heard you. He said the baker. So we can say another job is a baker. So one job is a vet, another job is a baker. Now, can you put other jobs that were in there? Yes, but you know what? You always need to end it with a, guess what? A concluding sentence. And my concluding sentence, thank you, Ricky, helping me. Clearly, there are many jobs in the story that tells me I am done with my writing. So we started with a topic sentence. We had two details. And then we ended with a concluding sentence. Did you see that? Awesome. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's get ready to listen to another book from a friend. Let's see if you read this. Here we go.
Hello, friends. My name is Mrs. Hayes, and I teach first grade at Holland Elementary School. I wanted to tell you all about one of my favorite stories called Me First. Me First is a story about this little piggy who always wants to be the first to do everything. He wants to be the first on the slide. He wants to be the first friend in the pool. He wants to be the first friend all the time. That is until he meets a sneaky little witch who teaches him an important lesson. To find out how this funny story ends, be sure to check out Me First. And thanks for watching Valley PBS.
Right? I love that story too. Hey, wasn't that awesome? Do you know the story Me First about Pinkerton the pig? It is a great story, and I hope you will take time to find it at your county public library or on Sora, or maybe even in your school library. And that special friend came from Holland. So thank you so much for sharing your book with us. And we are getting ready.
Knock, knock.
Oh,
Who's there?
I am.
I am who?
You don't know who you are?
Oh my golly. Have a great one. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.